Welcome back to I guess not the world, to the setting of Grimmerspace. Our characters find ourselves in the cold, deadly, empty space of the outer edge of the G Rim or the Gliding Rim galaxy. Uh, Zooming in a little, we find ourselves inside of a agricultural hub station called Abattoir 8. Uh, where in the midst of just a host of ships with downed power and bodies, clothed and unclothed variety, drifting around in the vacuum of space. Some of them, at least one that you had seen personally, appeared to have willingly jumped out into the void and frozen himself. Uh, you have, in addition to the horrors that you see in yonder space, you also have found yourselves inside a facility where supposedly 2 weeks ago, or sometime in between, everyone apparently lost their minds and just a bunch of murderous rampage took place. And you see the evidence. You've seen the evidence of blood spatters, apparently a last stand with some barricaded doors, wild thunks running amok. Speaking of which, the Abattoir 8 is, of course, its primary output is thunk meat, and you all had yourselves some delicious McThunk burgers just before setting out.
I got the 20-piece McComb bit, actually.
That's right. That's right. Not to cast the same aspersions across all of you. At any rate, the most recent event that happened is while you all were investigating the room and side rooms of the main security check-in, there was suddenly a malfunction of the lighting, essentially creating a strobe effect that was causing some impaired visibility. There was suddenly a large shadowy figure that shocked Dick Record, our RCOP investigator, into paralysis and then dragged him away through the other halls and rooms, followed in hot pursuit by our Vody Marine, Jocko Willwink, as well as our crypto monk, Rand Hackthor, also known as his username the Dragon, who until very recently had been a captive prisoner of the other two, previously a fugitive hacker. So we find ourselves, if you can can everyone still see the map that was last shared under other resources?
Yes. But
Yes,
before
sir.
we go on, I just want to say, I literally just started reading The Wheel of Time, and now I get the Rand Hackthor reference, and I love it.
Oh, that's perfect.
I just thought it was hilarious that I accidentally stumbled onto your reference.
That's great.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
That's what I was going for.
Okay, so according to the map, the characters who know what they're looking at exactly are in the shipping department, where there are some big crates, a few more blood splatters, and probably most alarmingly, what appears to be a human body in a worker's jacket, propped up against the teller's desk with a Thunkhead apparently precariously atop the whole mess, with blood dribbling down and mixing in with the chest hairs and other debaucherous imagery. Meanwhile, our cop finds himself kind of regaining some sensation, vision starting to come back from out of flashing lights into a little bit of clarity. Of course, there's not great visualization with the red blaring emergency lights, but you did see the face of this grotesque, corpulent man in a in a slick slaughterman's jacket, currently busy tying you down to a table as your fingers are starting to twitch and you're starting to try and get some movement back. And you can see that his lips are moving. He appears to be saying something, but you've still got some ringing in your ears. Would you please give us a perception check and see if you are able to hear what's going on?
Yeah. Just, here we go. Yeah, I rolled a 3, so no.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. The total is 6.
All right. So, so not really telling what's going on. He appears to be saying something. You're not sure whether he's talking to you or talking to himself. I guess at that point we will travel across the way to our other fearless companions who find themselves in the shipping department. So there's a lot of blood in this room. You guys, I believe one of the last checks that was made by Jocko was able to tell that a body had been dragged through this blood, but it's hard to tell exactly where because of all the blood splatter that's already in this room. Jocko, I believe, was still a little suspicious of Rand. What would you guys like to do?
Yeah, well, first of all, I wanted to just kind of like see if I could do some sort of a perception check to see if the one opening in the countertop where it swings open, see if it's actually safe to get behind there, or if there were any sort of traps or something like that.
Absolutely. Please make me a perception check for yourself.
All right. Okay, that's going to be a 15 total.
Awesome. Yeah, you got a pretty good perception bonus, +7.
That's really nice.
Which comes along with being a wisdom-based warrior, which is pretty cool for the Bodhi Marine. All right, so you come up to the counter and very carefully kind of peek around it. The one thing that you can see is that the body seems propped up against the sliding door. So unless you're very careful, requiring some dexterity, it will likely topple over if you move the door. But otherwise, you don't see anything that looks like, you don't see any wires or daggers or guns propped against it or anything like that.
In that case, I guess I continue my pursuit.
So there are two doors in this room. There's one behind the counter, and then there's one on the opposite side of the room. And there appears to be, from the opposite side of the room, there appears to be some water seeping from under the door. Rand, do you have anything to add before the pursuit is engaged?
See if I notice where if there's more drag marks towards the other door.
Let me take a quick look. I guess you can make me a perception check as well.
I rolled a 10, and my perception bonus is +4. So
14?
14, yeah.
Pretty good. So you don't believe any, maybe at some point in the past, but you don't think anything or anyone was dragged into this other room recently. You do see the water seeping under the floor. You would imagine there's some kind of overflow going on in the other room.
Okay. Then I will follow.
Okay. How do you bypass this sliding door? Or this little sliding desk?
How do I bypass it?
Because do you guys just open her up and go past in a hurry?
Yeah, I think we're kind of in a hurry.
Yeah, I think we just kind of put to the side.
All right, so you guys slam open the desk. The body topples. The thunk head falls off, and out of the hollowed out inside of the thunk head fall 2 grenades, and you hear a little shink as the pins that were attached to the inside pull out.
Woof.
So, yeah, fun. Okay. So, let's see. I believe this requires reflex saves from both parties involved.
Reflex saves. What would I add to that? I'm sorry.
So, towards the top, kind of the mid right of your character sheet, there is a section called
Ooh.
saving throws.
Yep.
Let's see.
+0.
Your reflex saving throw is +0, so nothing.
That's great. Here we go.
I got a 19.
I got a 7.
Okay.
It's my fault. I didn't warm up the dice before we started.
You gotta warm up the dice.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Okay. So they are frag grenades. There are 2 near simultaneous explosions as they kind of roll across the floor. They roll behind you and then explode. So, as you can probably tell, Rand, you successfully were able to kind of dodge around to the other side of the counter, not taking the full brunt of the explosion, whereas Jocko, you were less fortunate and take the full brunt of it. So that is going to be a total of 9 piercing damage as the little fragments pierce into your, launch themselves at your armor. Whereas Rand, you take half damage, so that is going to be a total of 4.
Okay. And that goes to stamina points first, right?
Stamina goes first. When you run out of stamina, you start losing hit points. I would say that Dick, record, your a couple explosions next door is probably enough to overcome your hearing problems, and you so you hear a couple of big bursts, and then you see this monstrous man who is tying you down. He kind of looks up into the air, almost as if he's staring off into space, just staring off at the wall for a moment, and then he goes, and you're able to hear it at this point. He goes, "Oh, fresh meat. All right, get him, Schwang." And at that point, Jocko and Rand, you guys hear a little further down the desk, you hear a mechanical whirring, and I guess I have a new initiative to roll. And actually, you know what? Since it's a new day, why don't we all roll new initiatives?
Okay. Dang it.
Alright, I got a 12.
Nice.
I got 4.
Okay. Dick. Greg. Can't hear you, Greg.
Now, what about now?
Yep.
Yeah, whenever people call me on the phone, it messes up my headphones, and it's really dumb. But I got a 19.
Nice. So I guess a couple things happen. So first, the door that you guys used to enter the shipping department closes, and you see a little red light that tells you that it's locked. And then this big guy that's tying up that was until just a second ago tying up Dick. He leaves your sight, or I guess he still would be within your sight, but he leaves the table side, and you see that he goes over by a door on the far side of the room. And Dick, I would like you to make a perception check for me.
Yeah. Ooh, that's 22.
So, what you are able to see around the room, as you look around, as we mentioned before, you're able to see a whole bunch of blood and gore just kind of plastered all over the walls. So you have these resin cords tied around your limbs, holding you down to this table. There is both wet and dried blood staining every surface, including the walls, the door, the ceiling. You can also see a double-bladed slaughterman's saw, caked in scabs, hanging on the curved wall across from you. There is a surveillance camera blinking in the top corner, and below the camera there are a few recharging stations. you can see that there is an additional saw to the one that's hanging on the wall being held by your captor. And then you see nearby there's another table where there are small, neat piles of other cords ready to tie someone down. You can see that there's enough pairs to tie down the other members of your party as well. The other thing you'd notice with that high perception is, well, I guess we know from earlier that his last name is Thrask. He is when he looked up, yeah. So Vargas Thrask was the name that came up on the little welcome video for this guy who you recognized. So when he kind of stared off into space, you saw a little metallic glint in his eye. You think that he has some kind of cybernetic implants, and maybe he was viewing something through that.
The weird ones always do.
Of course. I guess that's essentially... Well, I guess that's what you're able to see. Do you... you're starting to get a little bit of movement back. Would you like to try and take any actions?
Like, how much movement are we talking?
You could, if you wanted to, say, try and slip a hand free or something, you could try it. You would just have a severe penalty to the roll. Or if you wanted to talk, you could talk to him.
What's he doing right now? He's just like standing at the door.
He's kind of standing at the ready, as if maybe he's gonna try to bust through the door in a minute, but he's like waiting for the opportunity. You actually kind of recognize, given your training as I guess as your piece has been training you as a door kicker, you kind of recognize that ready pose in him.
So is he like? I'm trying to think. Like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to escape, but if I could like possibly, whatever way my piece is like attached to my body, like if I can look and see that, and then like position myself so it has line of sight on him. Like I don't want to fire yet, but I want to like shuffle to do that.
All right.
And then I don't know if you can hold actions in this, but
you can.
Like, okay, then what I'd want to do is just like position myself and wait, and then if he tries to go through the door, I want to shoot him with I want to remote fire the like cold beam that I've got in the piece.
Nice. Cool.
Tactical numbing beam. Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Okay. So I think this would be wouldn't necessarily be acrobatics. So let's just say it would be a dexterity check to shuffle yourself into position.
Just like straight up and down.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. That's a 19.
Oh yeah.
Dude, this freaking Wizard of the Coast dice emulator is like either like you get a 17 through 19 or you get a 3, 4, 5. Have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I trust the old-fashioned way. Okay. Cool. So yeah, you are able to appropriately shuffle yourself, and you hear your piece kind of has the same idea. So far, has not given away his ability to speak. He's uncharacteristically quiet as you hear him. You hear a slight clicking that gives you the sign that he is cocking into the position that you both agree is probably best for the situation. Okay. Let's go next to Jocko Willwink. So these grenades just went off. You, I guess, were able to turn to the side, and so most of them have pierced your back. Has it started going into your hit points yet?
Yes, it has. I am 3 points into my hit points.
All right. So essentially these shards of shrapnel pierced through vulnerable pieces in your armor and started getting into your hardy flesh. However, you do hear that there appears to be another threat in the room. You hear this mechanical whirring from down behind the desks.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw my own frag grenade.
Nice. Do you want to make me a perception check to see if you can either figure out where to target or maybe look for where the threat is coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, I got an 18.
Nice. Okay, pretty good. Okay, so you see behind the teller desks, crouched down low where you weren't able to see it before. There is some sort of mechanical construct, a robot, if you will, that was hidden down low. And this whirring sound is coming from as its legs are starting to unfold from position, and it's starting to stand up to its full height. And you see that it's essentially like a two-legged walker machine with what appears to be a long gun kind of coming out of the face of it in the front. And you can also see that there is apparently a saddle built on top of it, like a mechanical saddle built into the top, and it stands up to its full height, which is about 5 or 6 feet tall, and it is apparently pointing the long barrel of that face gun at you all. So, grenade tossed. Let's see what its reflex is. Or actually, I think you make an attack against it, because you are proficient in grenades. Mathis?
Sorry, I was on mute. So just like a straight up attack?
On your character sheet, you have frag grenades listed. You get a +1 to your attack.
Oh, sick. Alright. Oh, I got an 8.
Oh yeah.
I believe that is going to miss. Just checking the armor class for Schwang. Yeah, so that is a miss, but there's not a lot of other space for it to go.
I just needed to get behind the counter.
Exactly. So I'm gonna say that the grenade kind of bounces off the plexiglass, bubbles around a little bit, and rolls maybe a little closer than you would like, but still goes off, blows a hole through the already significantly damaged glass and desk. And let's see, the damage for your frag grenade is a d6. So go ahead and roll that, and let's just say he's going to take half damage.
Alright, I rolled a 3.
Okay, so Schwang is going to take a damage from that frag grenade. And then we actually get to Schwang's turn. So he's standing up to his full height, points his rifle towards you.
I suck.
See, not great, but probably still a hit.
Dang it.
Actually, maybe not. Does a 14 hit your kinetic armor class? It does not.
No, it does not.
So,
what's up, baby? Come at me,
okay.
Schwang.
So you've just chucked this grenade, and an explosion rocks in front of this mechanical beast, and then you hear a shot, and a bullet fires through the explosion and shatters the plexiglass right behind you.
Jocko just grunts.
Yeah, he does. Finally, a real fight. And then I guess Schwang is going to use its mechanical chicken legs and start backing up along the aisle. Rand, you're up.
Awesome. Does it have cover?
If you're behind the counter, then it does not. If you're in front of the counter, then it does.
Pretty sure I'm behind the counter.
Okay.
Because I dived away from the grenade, right?
Right.
So I'm going to. Can I take a full action and shoot it twice with the laser rifle?
You can. So you can shoot it twice. You would get a -4 to both attacks.
But because of my special ability, I get -3.
Oh, sweet. Go for it.
Okay, so the first roll was an 18, and the second roll was a 14. And I get a +3. So 17 and 18 plus 3 is 21. Oh, -3 from that. So I just a regular 14 and a regular 18.
So your attacks. This is with your laser rifle.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So your +3 and your -3 would cancel out. So it would essentially be whatever your roll is.
Okay.
Let's see. So a laser rifle, I believe, attacks energy armor class instead of kinetic armor class. So those would actually both hit in this case.
Awesome.
Because laser guns are amazing. Okay, so roll damage for both. Is a slick move as you deftly whip out your laser rifle and take a couple shots through the smoke.
Okay, so the first one I got an 8 plus 3, so 11, and then I got a 6 plus 3.
So 9 more?
Yep.
Okay, you see a couple of scorched burn holes appear on the already blood spattered veneer of this drone as he's backing up. At this point, the door behind the desks slams open, and you guys see a big boy in a slick black apron covered in bloodstains, holding in one hand a buzzing double-bladed saw, and in the other hand a large, what appears to be an animal prod, a thump prod. Busts open the door, and he goes, "Schwang! No! How dare you meet!" And he starts charging down the way at you.
As he does that, does Greg's shot hit him in the back?
Oh, right, yeah, we had a ready shot. Go ahead and make your attack with the tactical numbing beam.
That is a 22.
22. I think that'll just do it.
I'm back.
Good.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, here
All right.
go.
Welcome back. So here is
Here we
the
go.
so here's the updated map where you guys can see the room that in the adventure is labeled as Big Boy's Murder Closet, and so this grotesquely large, blood-soaked man is going to charge down the way, calling you meat. And I think the closest person will be Rand.
But does he get staggered? Does he get staggered from the cold beam?
Was it a critical hit?
It was not a critical. It was So he just takes damage.
Yeah. Sorry, did you?
Okay.
I don't think I asked you to roll damage yet. Go ahead. So it's 1d6 plus 3 cold damage.
Yes.
And it is non-lethal, but that doesn't matter until you're taking him down.
That's 5 damage.
It almost seems so. You definitely hit him in the small of the back as he's charging out. It almost seems as if he barely registers it as he comes charging out the door. He's just such an angry man. All right, so he's charging down, runs at Rand, and he is going to take a swipe with his double-bladed saw. If you remember, one buzz saw per hand was not enough. He's got to have a double buzz saw. Let's see, that's going to be an 18.
Oof.
That I believe is going to hit your kinetic armor class, even with your bonus against melee attacks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Woof.
that does. Oh goodness, max damage. So
That's
that is
never good.
That's not good. So 13 slashing damage as these double buzz saws. He just perfectly gets both saws angled around her shoulder. Starts cutting into your meat.
Holy crap.
Woof.
I'm at 1 hit point.
Oh boy, yeah. So there's a lot of blood. I won't speak for you, but possibly a lot of screaming as he is sawing into you, and he says, "Oh, that'll make a nice cut of meat. Getting that promotion for sure. That's how Big Boy gets the big bucks."
Holy crap. Ah!
nice role playing there. Okay, So that was Big Boy's turn, and on to Dick Record. So you saw that you took a shot with his tactical numbing beam. It seems like he took it like a man. You can tell he's probably a tough guy.
A beefy beefcake.
A beefy beefcake, and possibly
Okay.
based on your prior observation, possibly got some tactical experience too.
Okay. He's a thunky thunk cake.
Funky thunk cake. That's right.
Right.
Thunky butt loving. All right. So can I like move yet?
Yeah. I think the paralysis has officially worn off by this turn. So why don't
Thank
you?
goodness.
What do you want to do? Yeah, you're out of view of him supposedly.
So I'm gonna, instead of trying to like fiddle around with these things, I'm gonna try and like move over to the saw blade, and like cut my restraints with it.
Nice. Okay. Let's see if there is a skill that accurately represents that. Sleight of hand, I don't think is going to help you. It's not really stealthy. Let's just say it's another. You know what? I'll give this to you. Acrobatics. Make me an acrobatics.
Okay. I shall make you an acrobatics check.
There's some acrobats that escape from tied up bonds, right?
Right. Okay. Wait, where is it? What's my acrobatics? Ooh, it's good. 15.
Ooh, baby.
That is pretty good, but unfortunately, I don't think it's high enough to escape from these cords. Let me just check. I think the DC was higher than that.
Come on.
Even with a saw blade?
You know what? Actually, let's say that's pretty smart. I'd say the saw blade gives you a +5. So what would you got a 15? So that would be 20. That's actually the DC.
Yes. Yay.
Wow.
DC to escape from these things is 20. So you shuffle up against the saw blade, manage to use it to cut the bonds on one of your hands because you're kind of spread eagled on the table. You saw off one hand, and then it's pretty easy to make short work of the other ones. But I'm going to say it takes essentially your whole action to get yourself out. But now you're free.
All right. Cool.
You can still take a move.
I thought that was a full turn thing.
Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to say that you're in a prone position, and I think it takes your move action to get up from prone. So if you want to get to a standing position or whatever, then it would take the rest of your move.
Oh, okay. I shall stand up.
Good move. Good move.
Okay, but I'll let you position yourself anywhere in this room that you want to, inside Big Boy's murder closet.
Big Boy's murder closet. Okay. Am I on the table right next to the door, or am I on that table further away from the door?
I'm going to say you're on the big table.
Okay, the big table. Yeah, I'll just sort of hop off on the end there, so I'm like close to the door.
All right.
Also, I wanted to know, is there like a computer terminal in the murder closet at all, or just a camera?
That's a good question. So in this room, you can tell that this room used to be kind of the storage room behind the shipping department. So they would just like keep all the boxes and stuff here. So there's not a lot of high technology. There is the security camera, and there are recharging stations for recharging batteries. But you do not see, and actually it looks like even those recharging stations, it looked like someone, who can tell, ripped them out of a wall where they previously were and brought them into this room.
Makes sense. All right.
Jocko.
All right. I think it's time to start using my back cannon, like right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw what that saw did to my boy,
Yeah.
and I'm not looking to get any of that.
Okay.
So I'm actually, because I really am more of like a ranged kind of attack guy.
Absolutely.
How close am I to Big Boy?
Since he charged up, let's say you're about 10 feet from him.
Oh yeah, let's deepen that.
Give yourself some depth.
Yeah, I'm thinking like he's a big boy, right? He probably can't get too close too quickly. Although It does
I would
seem
say
like he's-
if you were to put obstacles in his path, it could be that he would have a little difficulty squeezing through.
Oh, okay. I like that. So with like the dopeness of my back cannon, and how it's like just straight up an appendage.
Yeah.
Would I be working on kind of like throwing obstacles in his direction while I kind of, shoot him as well?
Yes, you can.
Dope.
That's actually a feature of your ability to do this is instinctive fire. So you can essentially set your cannon back to fire later in the round as it's like kind of aiming and adjusting to his movements. While you do your own action and movement and stuff, it does give a -4 to the attack because you're essentially letting the gun auto fire rather than you manually controlling it. But you can essentially take a shot and also do your own action.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use my turn to kind of what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my boy. Maybe I'm going to pull both of us back and try to like throw like an obstacle or two, maybe some crates or what can I see in this room? Yeah, some crates or I don't know, maybe some more of these red lines on the floor.
Yeah.
Just kidding. In his path to kind of like get some distance and some obstacles between us and set to auto.
Absolutely. You also have a smoke grenade.
Oh, dope.
So I would say you could either toss the smoke grenade and grab your comrade, or you could grab your comrade and then toss some obstacles from the nearby crates and stuff. But you'd have to choose one. I will say that I think from my understanding of how the rules work, if you grab Rand instead of him purposely moving away, then I believe Big Boy doesn't get an attack of opportunity.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and use the smoke grenade actually because I have my infrared and I can see through the smoke.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna throw the smoke grenade and I'm gonna grab my boy, pull him away, get ourselves probably as far away from him as we can, while I've still kind of got like a direct line of fire on him.
Okay. So let's see. I believe so. Make me an athletics check to grab your friend.
Okay. Athletics. I'm good at athletics. Oh my, I'm freaking Michael Phelps. All right. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. Okay. So as you, all right, that's pretty good. So ninja-like, you toss down a smoke grenade. It immediately starts obscuring the room. And as you grab your friend and then breaststroke your way across the room to better cover, I'm gonna say you guys.
It's the only stroke I do.
I'm gonna say you guys make it to the crates in the middle of the room.
Sick.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry. At what point does my back cannon fire? It's later?
At the end of the round.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no worries. So Schwang is up. So I think there's a big, if I remember from the grenade, I think there's a big hole somewhere in the desk now. So let me see about the obscuring from the smoke grenade. All right. So so it essentially gives obscurity. I'm going to say that means there's a mischance. So essentially he's going to make his attack, and if he still hits, then there would be a mischance. However, you guys are by the crate, so I'm going to say you also have a bit of cover. So there's going to be a +2 to your armor class. So this is a pretty good tactical position for you. Let's see how Schwang does. Okay, rifle is +4, so that's a 16. Your armor class has a +2 because of the cover. So that would be a 17. So he misses. He blows up, so he fires his rifle and blows a hole in one of the crates.
Dumb robot.
All right. And then we're up to Rand. So you have been drugged to safety.
So is the round over?
Rand is the last one with initiative 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thanks, man.
Your cannon back is going recalculating.
Yeah, it's like an old GPS.
Yeah.
Can I
What's
see
up?
the saw blade guy, or is he obscured by the smoke?
You can see him, but the smoke, if you were to take a shot, the smoke would obscure him.
Okay. What about the robot?
I'm going to say the robot has cover from the desk, even though there's a blown hole in it. But he is not being obscured by the smoke.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot at the robot. I think. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. That was a 12 plus 3 is 15.
Okay. And it's a laser rifle, so it's against his energy AC. He does have a bonus to cover, but 15 is still going to hit.
Okay. And then it's a D8. I rolled a 3, and I get a plus 3. Yeah.
Okay.
So 6.
All right. You can see, not from the smoke grenade, but from the machine itself, as its gears are struggling to maintain functionality, smoke is starting to come out of it. You think one more hit is going to disable this robot, this drone.
Okay.
Schwang the drone.
Schwang the drone. Actually, the full name is Big Boy's Trusty Drone Schwang.
Is there any way I can take a defensive stand?
So there is an action for attack defensively, where essentially you take a penalty to the attack, but gain a bonus to your armor class. But if you had done that, you would miss on the attack.
Okay, so never mind.
Okay.
I will just
Catch your breath.
catch my breath.
One of you guys does have. Actually, I think it might be you. No, I thought one of you guys had a med kit or something, but maybe not.
I do.
Oh, okay. I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
It's in my equipment. Oh, I guess, is hygiene not the same thing as medical?
Nope, sorry.
Come on. I could stick him with deodorant.
Some real military tactics there. Okay. Oh, hey, it's the end of the round. You get to fire.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
Yeah, let's go ahead and finish off this robot. This Schwang, my man.
All right. So this is going to be against kinetic AC because you're shooting with bullets. Make me your attack. It has -4. And your typically your attack is +4. So it's essentially going to be just the roll.
Just the roll.
You got to hit a 15.
Here we go. That was 11.
Okay. And your cannon back. So it aims so it shoots just a little bit to the right of the droid's main processor, and it says, "Turn left up ahead." Recalculating.
Since it's literally a body part at this point, missing with my cannon back is the equivalent of impotence in my mind. So,
oh, don't worry, a lot of guys have that problem.
There's a pill for that.
Okay, so we're back at the top of the round. Thrask is enraged, and he actually, for a moment, kind of stares off into space. And then Dick, you said you took cover by the door?
Yes.
Did you go did you go to a spot where you can see where you can see Thrask, or are you hidden completely out of sight?
I assumed that I couldn't move very far. After I got off the table, I just stood at the foot of that table. So that doesn't look like it's very big. It looks like I'm partially in the door.
Okay, so in that case, what you see is the camera in the room kind of like swivels and turns towards you, and you hear Thrask bellow, "Stop pretending you're not meat!" And he, I guess he is going to come back towards. Actually, let's see. There's three things he could do. He could try to save his drone. He could come back for you, or he could charge at the people who smoke grenaded him. Let me make a d6 roll and see which of those he's going to do. Okay, he's gonna march back to the open door for you.
Oh, joy.
No.
So he comes back to the door, and he says, "Schwang, get yourself some cover." And then he comes back through the open door and looks directly towards you, and he extends his thunk prod towards you.
Do I get an attack if he comes through that door?
You know what? Odds are kind of stacked up against you. Let's say yes.
Okay. Oh, man.
Let's make it interesting.
I'm over here desperately trying not to make a joke about him extending his thunk prod towards you.
Please do. We need all the class we can get.
So, can I, man?
You know what? Here, let's say. Here's what I'll say. Let's say this is part of your never napping. So as he's coming in, why don't we use your instinct pool, your 1 point of instinct pool, to make an attack against him as he's coming in, if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's what I'll do. So this is just an attack. This is not an action.
Right. Yeah. This won't use your turn.
Okay. Then I guess I'll just shoot him in the.
Okay.
Is it where the freak is Schwang right now?
He is I'd say he's about. Let me take a look. 5, 10. He's about 10 feet away from the door, further down the aisle.
Dang it! I wanted to threaten Schwang. Okay, I'll just shoot him. We'll see if I hit him. Let's see.
Okay.
Nat 20. Let's
Nice.
go. Okay,
Oh, what's
guys.
up? What's
Yeah,
up?
what's up?
Which setting are you using?
Well, I was just gonna use the freaking cold because
The tactical numbing beam?
yeah, that's like the only thing I could possibly do to save myself.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'll shoot him with that.
Wait, but isn't that like non-lethal?
Yeah,
It
but
is,
it
but it
can
does have it.
freeze him.
Yeah, it has a if you get a critical hit. So this is like the one time where that becomes useful. You can stagger him. So the staggered condition is you can take a single move action or standard action each round, but not both. And you cannot take full actions. And you cannot take reactions. So it significantly would impair his use.
Oh, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan.
That's pretty good. So he has to make a Constitution check, I think, against that. DC 13. He rolled a 7, or I guess Fortitude. Con is +4, so he does not make it. So he will be staggered. Roll your critical damage, and I think in this game, critical is you just double everything. So roll twice and double the bonus.
Okay, let me roll the second d6. Ooh, okay, so that'll be 16 total.
Nice. 16 total damage.
Yeah.
Let me see. Oh boy, look at those hit points. Okay. So here's what happens. He barges in the room, looks directly towards you, and you've had your piece aimed directly for where he was going to stand. And as he looks directly towards you, you hear your piece click into position, and your piece says, "Nice to meet you," and just blows snow right in his face. And so he gets frost right in his face, and and let's see. So I think sorry, let me look at what it said about what staggered does. So he's staggered. You can take a move action or standard action, but not both. I guess he was moving this round, so he moves and then is unable to take his action. But I think this staggered condition only lasts for one round. So basically, this round he does not get to attack you because you frosted in the face.
Sweet.
Desperately trying not to make a joke about that.
Yeah. So because you frosted him in the face, he's unable to extend his thunk prod at you. Got him first.
Got him.
It looks like it's a happy ending after all. All right, so that was your reaction and your what do you call it? And your instinct pool, and now it is your actual turn, Dick.
Okay, so because he doesn't get reactions, right? When he's staggered,
he cannot take reactions. Exactly. He's essentially like trying to wipe the frost out of his eyes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move past him.
Yep.
And yeah, I'm gonna move out the door. Can you split your movement like in Dungeons and Dragons?
I don't think so in this game.
Okay, so I can't like move, shoot, swing, and then finish my. Or it's a counter. You said, right?
What's that? Oh yeah. Well, you could move and then. So I'm gonna say that he's in cover, but there's still visibility because the counter has been blown to pieces. So you could move to wherever you want and still shoot him, but he's just going to have a cover save. Or not a cover save. He'll have a bonus to his armor class from the cover.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. Where is movement at on the sheet? Like how I'm guessing it's just like 30 feet.
Your speed is 30. It's
Okay.
it's up by your like size and gender and all that stuff.
Okay, so
The key qualities of any person: your size, gender, and speed.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna move as far as I can and shoot. Well, can I hop over the counter? Is that like with like an acrobat? Okay.
Yeah, you can do a Dukes of Hazzard slide.
Okay.
I'm gonna say the plexiglass has been shattered enough. You can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna do a Dukes of Hazzard slide, and then move if I can, like make it over to the boxes where they are.
Absolutely.
Take a shot at Schwang with me long rifle rounds.
Okay. Click clack. Your piece changes positions for attack, and you're going to use your hunting rifle rounds. Take a shot. Oh, one of the things that you see as you're leaving the room is you see that in the corner there are these very, very neatly stacked cubes of meat. You would say even to a sick degree, some kind of artistic quality to how they've been stacked. It does remind you of that other room where you saw the stacked block bodies of underneath severed heads. The little "Love Is" art piece. And it seems like he seems to take a lot of care in his meat stacking.
Okay, he's an artistic freak.
Yep.
Yeah. So this is not gonna do it. It's just an 8. So yeah, I'm guessing that's a miss.
That would be yes. There was out of this help desk, there was all the plexiglass has been shattered except for one panel of plexiglass, and you take a shot and shatter it. It collapses.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yep. Just not leaving any job unfinished. Okay, so you guys, I believe, are all severely injured. Schwang, let's see, is Schwang next? Okay, it's Jocko's turn, just to kind of set what's going on. So Schwang is behind the counter, still has a little bit of cover, smoking, badly injured, and Thrask is standing in the doorway, wiping essentially this tactical numbing beam cold frost off of his face. When he gets to his next turn, he'll be back up to full capacity. I guess the only things that have hit him are non-lethal frost. But I will just tell you, he has based on how he's looking, he has only now just been bloodied.
Yikes.
Okay.
And he's as he's scrubbing stuff out of his eyes, he's going, oh, this meat isn't gonna stop me from my promotion. I'll show him. Yeah, so Jocko, what are you up to?
All right. So, I don't actually have the specs on the weapon that I'm holding. It's
The Dashko?
Yeah, the Dashko. How much damage does that one do? I'm sorry, I can't find the weapons page
Sure.
again on this
I
thing.
think it's Ember Flame Dashko. It does 1d8 fire damage.
Okay. Could I conceivably jump in? Because he's in the other room now, right? Or can I see him from where I am?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he's essentially a full movement away from you. You can see him through the open doorway. He does not.
Oh, okay.
I don't. Yeah.
Cool, because my character has I have far shot, so I can
Yeah, you
shoot
do.
from really far away.
Yeah.
So
you
I'm gonna
do.
go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and use that with my Dashko, and then also go ahead and load up that. Sorry, go ahead.
The Dashko is a melee weapon. It's
Is
a
it long range? I thought it was long range.
No, sorry. So the Dashko is it's essentially like a big laser battle axe.
What? Oh, this changes everything. Okay. In that case, I'm gonna go ahead and fire with my cannon back.
All right.
Actually, okay, so all of my guys are with me, right? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn to them and I'm going to say, hey, the implant that he has in his head is letting him see through all of the security cameras. So we need to somehow like just shoot out all the security cameras at some point when he's not obviously right here. But then I'll go ahead and take a shot at... I can get the robot, right? And he's looking pretty worse for wear.
Yeah, you think
Kill Schwang. Kill Schwang.
Yeah.
make me an intelligence check.
Okay. Oh, nat 20, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in a moment of clarity and insight, you realize that there seem to be two things that big boy Thrask cares about. One, he really cares about this promotion, which he seems to think that he will get by stacking meat very artistically. And two, he seems to care about Schwang. So you're not sure if you could impact this promotion or whatever, but Schwang, you think that if you take Schwang out, that he's probably going to take some time to try and take care of his robot. So you think that if you're trying to escape, you think it would significantly slow him down if you take down that robot.
Yes, I communicate my thoughts to the crew, and then I fire on Schwang.
Do it!
All right. Very cool. That's going to be a 14. Did I miss?
Damn it.
With your bonuses, is it a 14?
No, yeah. With my bonus.
Let's see. Because you're so close.
Wait!
What?
No, never mind.
Oh, wait, hold up.
But I do have coordinated shot, so my allies get +1 to shoot enemies who threaten. Oh, I threaten if they have direct line of sight. So I
Yeah.
guess that doesn't help me, but
So I like that. So you're gonna so you take a shot. It's gonna give your companions a +1. What Schwang is up next. What he does is he moves down the aisle and goes up through the door to the murder closet, and basically uses his saddle. He bends down and scoops up Thrask, and looks like he's going to carry him to safety. But right now he's just barely in the doorway, and you hear Thrask going, "No, get to cover. Don't worry about me." And we come to Rand. You are up. You have a clear shot on this drone carrying Thrask, and you know that Thrask he's one more wipe, and he's going to get the frost out of his eyes, and he's going to be back up to full speed.
Okay, I'm attacking. And I rolled a 20. Natural 20.
Do it.
Boom.
nice.
All right. So you're destroying this drone.
Yeah.
Roll me some damage,
2d8s. So that's
and
9.
then your bonus is doubled too.
9 plus 6 is 15. Plus it does... I get a 1d6 burn damage, too.
Oh yeah, you burn it too. Yeah.
So 19 total damage.
I'm sorry. This is really funny because so you do this buttload of damage. You shoot right through the core processor of Schwang, and it collapses underneath Thrask, and basically he falls to the ground. And as he's going, no, then the drone catches on fire underneath him. And starts burning his butt. And so I'm going to say that in the chaos that ensues from that, you all have a chance to slip away. Where would you like to? So he clears the frost out of his eyes. He goes next. He starts lugging his drone to the safety of the murder closet and trying to put out the fire. Where would you guys like to go? I will also say, I didn't mention this at the time, Greg, that nat 20 that you got on the tactical numbing beam and staggering him probably saved your life, because I had rolled the attack for him before you said you were going to do that, and I rolled a nat 20 for his attack.
Oh my gosh.
So he was about to crit you, and that staggering that you did on him was the only thing that could have saved you from that.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Or whoever. Thunk Jesus.
Space Jesus. It's a sci-fi game.
Space Jesus. Yes. Thank you, Space Jesus.
Jesus does drive an Astro van.
Alright, we getting out of here, or are we taking out the guy?
Dude, he's gonna take out us if we don't get the F out of here.
Yeah, I think so too.
I just, I didn't see any doors in the murder closet, did I? Other than the one I left.
So I remind everyone that if we don't take out the cameras, he's going to know where we are anyway. So just be mindful of cameras.
Yeah. Yeah, so I feel like we gotta know what's in other rooms, you know what I'm saying? So, I think we just go back where we came. So look the double doors.
I agree.
Those are locked up.
Right. So he locked the door. He used his swift action to lock the door that you guys came in through. So if one of you, but I'm gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna say he's distracted with his drone enough that you guys have enough time to make a computer check to unlock it. It just slows you down like a turn.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to. I think we need to get back in there, and then
I rolled a
see.
15 on a computer check.
That's your total?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm just gonna, to speed things up, I'm just gonna say that you have enough time to get around it.
Okay. Should we find somewhere to hole up or lock, or just run?
I say we try to get back out to like the ring. Just like go through the double doors.
Try to go to the silo or the control.
Well, control we can't get to, but like maybe one of the silos. I don't know.
Let's do it.
I agree. Let's go.
Okay.
But yeah, we should pop any cameras that we see as we go. A New Hope style.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. Yeah, so I'm going to say that you guys, as you go on your way, there's a few locked doors in the way. You guys are able to get through them and make your way to the silo. So you guys don't explore any other unexplored doors, any other rooms that you haven't gone into yet.
I'd say the fastest way looks like it would be through that one unexplored room, and like if we don't go that way, I feel like he could head us off because we like have to take time. So I feel like we kind of have to go through that room.
Let's do it.
Which one is that?
That's the one black room in between the murder closet and the place where we found the thunk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
gotcha. Right. Okay, give me just a second.
Face Jesus, don't fail me now.
Okay.
Space Jesus, take the wheel.
Here we go. You have a clear hallway. There's a little blood trail that goes through here, but nothing else threatening. To the silo, then.
Yeah.
You see through this large hallway or this large corridor to the silo. There are blinking emergency lights. There is a shuddering power surge, and you hear on the overhead PA. You hear a recording, kind of like play in staggered steps. It says, "Delicious, delicious thunk meat. It's people." And you exit the docking bay down the corridor towards silo number 2. So we're about to enter the next area. Any other unresolved dialogue between yourselves, or any equipment or things that you want to do for yourselves to try and prepare for the next area?
So you're sure my hygiene key can't be used as a medkit?
No. However, I will say there were one or two rooms. Actually, there were at least 2 rooms in the docking bay that did have medkits, but you guys didn't explore those rooms.
Oh.
Of course.
All right. Welcome to Silo 2, also known as as Encounter Zone 2, the Symphony of Thunks. So, you enter, and if you guys are you guys still able to see? A while back, before I started posting the evolving map, there was a schematic of the entire area, including the docking bay, the 2 silos, and control. If you scroll back far enough, can you guys still see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you notice, compared to the relative size of the docking bay, these silos are huge. The dimensions they give us is that they're about a half mile high. Just with that in perspective, as you enter this enormous area, the interior of this massive hollow silo vanishes into gloom, while a wide metal maintenance stairway hugs the curving interior wall and slowly spirals upwards. In the dim light, row after row and column after column of metal and glass pens dangle from beams that crisscross the cylinder's umbral interior. These windowed enclosures, some shattered, stretch nearly half a mile towards the silo's ceiling. Many hold lowing, scrabbling thunk. Lit by the red light of heat lamps and the flickering panels of malfunctioning pens, massive robotic arms smash and rattle in the shadows between them. Sometimes an arm plucks a dangling see-through crate from its overhead beam and drops its contents into the darkness far below you. Other robotic arms grab imprisoned thunks and drag their enclosures through dangling pens of yet more confused thunks, like a hammer scraping chimes, spraying the air with hot sparks. Cracked and shattered thunk pens litter the maintenance stairs. And all the while, broken feeder tubes spit grain and water indiscriminately, which mixes with the dark fluids sluicing from broken thunk crates. The resultant sludge spatters the curving stairs or falls to the distant bottom of the silos, vanishing into the funnel below. And amidst all this, there is just the loud cacophony of thunks crying out, some in fear, some in pain, some in panic, just surrounding your senses. So that's very loud. I think for the mechanics of this game, safest thing would be to say that as you guys are hiking from one space to another, you have the chance to do essentially a short rest. So, because it would take 10 minutes. So everyone, if you want, can spend a resolve point to gain all your stamina points back
Yes, please.
as you essentially catch a breather.
Does that doesn't affect my hit points though?
No, hit points. Hit points are actual damage and takes a while to kind of catch up. So you actually have to have go to sleep or get medical attention to cure your hit points. Stamina points are essentially your resolve. So we're all back to full stamina points. If everyone wants to do that, what hit points are we missing?
I'm missing 1.
I'm missing 9 hit points.
I'm missing 3.
All right. So what you guys can see is the stairway. So amidst all the chaos of essentially what it looks like is there are robotic arms that are supposed to do various tasks such as loading and unloading thunks, feeding them, things like that. But for some reason, the machinery is just going crazy. There are mechanical arms that are just haphazardly grabbing things and moving them around. It looks pretty chaotic and a little violent at certain levels, but you can see that there is this outer rim stairwell that kind of hugs the outside edge of the silo. And rather than have to hike up a half mile of stairway, which would be probably suicide in this silo, you can see that it's essentially goes the stairwell essentially goes up a level and comes to what you can see looks like a maintenance elevator that maybe will take you all the way to the top.
Alright, I head for that.
I follow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
Is there a terminal for it?
make a perception check.
Let's see what's. I rolled an 8 plus 4, 12.
Okay. You can see a terminal next to the elevator, but near yourselves on the stairwell, it looks like it's just all good old-fashioned hardware.
Okay.
So let's just keep the same initiative order. Let's see if anything unfortunate happens to Dick on your way up.
Can I... So, I have this thing... what is it called? Flip the snare... Oh, I already used all my points. Dang it. Yeah, so, I mean, is there anything about the stairs or whatever that, seems to be... Was it just the robot arms flying everywhere? Or,
So there's just hundreds of thunk pens that are hanging from essentially these catwalks that crisscross all the way up the silo, and you can see that on the stairs, a few thunk pens have already been dropped or smashed into the wall. So those are kind of obstacles that you guys are going to have to climb over to get up the stairs. You can also see that there's some slick water mixed with tube feed, mixed with blood on parts of the stairs, so that's going to be a little slippery to overcome. And these, there may be 1 or 2 thunks that are still surviving in some of these pens that have been pulled over to the side. So those might be obstacles. But the main thing is just that these crazy robotic arms are just grabbing randomly and smashing around. So those are the things mainly to keep your eye on.
Alright. Yep. I'll go for it.
Okay. Alright. Encounter number 5. Okay. while climbing over while you're climbing over a thunk pen that blocks the stairs, a robotic arm activates and hauls both the enclosure that you're climbing over and with yourself on it to the center of the silo. So you're now hanging on top of a thunk pen that is dangling over hundreds of feet to darkness below. You can see that. Yeah, so you can see that there is a clear path to get back to the stairs, but you would have to jump from pen to pen on top of the thunk enclosures to get back to the stairs.
Sweet. Yeah. It's yeah. Love me some good jumping puzzles.
Simultaneously, let's so while that's gotten you into your position, our other two friends, you guys have seen this happen just as you guys were about to climb over the same pen. You saw this happen. Jocko, you're up next. 1. Nothing happens. You're fine.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. And finally, Rand, let's see what happens to you, my friend. 6.
Oh, it's not good.
Okay. A robotic arm slams an open pen onto the stairs right next to you. So it grabs one from off the enclosure, or from off of the catwalks, and just slams it on the stairs right in front of you. I need you to make a reflex save to avoid getting hit by debris.
Okay. It's a 17.
17. Okay. So yeah, you manage to stumble out of the way. You don't get hit as the door slams open. And now this is another obstacle to have to get over. Let's see. Yeah, I think if you had failed that save, a lot of bad things would have happened, but I think you're okay.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing else bad happened. All right. So let's go back to Dick. So you've got to swing your way over. I think you have to make a...
Acrobatics?
I think so. Yeah, actually, in this case, it calls for athletics.
Okay, that's a 22.
All right.
Yeah, it is.
All right. You safely make it part of the way, and for the moment you're safe from other fun encounters. Jocko, you see Dick jumping his way across the enclosures back towards the stairs. Is there anything you can think of to help? Since you were so safely, I guess at this point you're kind of separated from both your teammates, but you're safe for the moment.
I give them an encouraging, "You got this, dude."
Sweet. So I guess you do. I guess that's the help action or whatever. So I'm going to say, I think in this game it just gives a +2 to your companion. So you're encouraging. Yay!
You're all welcome.
Let's see if anything bad happens to you. Okay, you also got a 6. So let's see. So you got to make a reflex saving throw as another pen is brought towards you.
All right, reflex saving throw.
I think you have a +0 on these.
Yeah, it's really advantageous. Oh, I got a 7.
So as you let's see. So as this thing stumbles towards you, it smashes the stairs, kind of like bends the stairs towards itself as it slams down, and you stumble into the pen, which then locks and closes the door behind you.
What?
Yep, you can see there's a couple wide-eyed thunks that are just staring at you, cowering in the corner, and you are stuck inside a thunk pen, just as much meat as they are.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, and then let's go to Rand. Rand, let's have you make an athletics check to get over this pen that is blocking your way.
Okay, athletics. Where's my athletics? Is it 6? 15.
15. Okay. You're able to overcome the pen that is blocking your way, and you see Jocko is stuck inside a pen just in front of you. Do you think you can do anything to help him?
Can I use my engineering?
Absolutely. DC is 20
DC is 20.
to try and unlock the door.
Okay. So I have +5 to engineering. Oh, I only rolled an 11.
Okay.
So that's a 16.
Okay. So you start trying to hack open the door with some of your engineering tools. It's just taking too much time. Okay, Dick, back to you. You are jumping from enclosure to enclosure.
Oh, good time. That's a 21.
Yeah, you're doing it again. Okay. In one more jump, you'll be back to the stairs. You've safely made your way. Luckily, this isn't like a Mega Man puzzle where they just drop underneath you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Jocko, you're at the door, encouraging Rand to get you out of there. Get me out of this joint. When the arm that slammed the pen onto the stairs drags it back and hangs it under the walkway, and then feeder arms extend out from the walls and spray you and the thunks with water and grain indiscriminately.
All right.
Fun. What would you like to do to get out of here?
First of all, I eat. Second, when in Rome.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm assuming that there's some sort of like a control panel or something on the door, and from the outside, I suppose. But can I reach it? Like, is it barred or is it like a solid door?
It's kind of like when you're getting onto a Ferris wheel and there's that little door that's like built into the compartment that slides open and then closes, except it's got bars for like the top half. So you could reach out through the bars to the outside and try to engineer your way to unlock it, or you could try to just smash it open, or like shoot the lock, or whatever you would like to try to do.
Yeah, that seems more on brand.
It also mentions you could do an acrobatics check to try and slip through the bars.
Okay. Woof. Yeah, let's try and smash through it with my Dashko.
Okay.
Because now I know it's an axe.
So smash it.
All right. Smash it.
Actually, you know what you could do? You could attack both with the Dashko and your cannon back.
Yes, let's do that. Simultaneous. Very cool looking. All of the thunk are impressed. Here we go. All right, I got a 15. What is the attack bonus with the Dashko?
That's going to be it's your melee attack bonus, which for you
+3.
is +3. But that's going to be enough.
Do I do a separate one for my cannon back?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 21 total.
Nice. So using your normal action and then firing the cannon back separately is a -4 for your cannon back. But that's still plenty to hit the. I mean, it's a door. You can hit it. So roll damage for both.
All right, so it's a D8.
Yeah, so Dashko D8 plus your strength. That'll be fire damage.
Okay, plus my strength. So that's a 7 from the Dashko total.
Okay, and then your cannon back,
which is a D6 plus 3. 7. So 7 for both.
Okay. Pretty good smashing. There are 7 hit points left on it.
Good night.
Yeah, these are These are built to withstand thunks. Actually, you know what? Here's what happens.
I don't understand. You can build pens that are this tough, but you can't build arms with fail safes that don't throw them around.
Right? Well, that's assuming that they're not doing this on purpose. Anyways, so here's what happens. You blow all these holes in the door and then try to open it. It's like you've blown holes all around the lock, but the lock is still engaged. And so
I just mutter under my breath, Jocko, you dumbass.
So pretty frustrating. But then what happens is the thunks get all upsot by all this gunfire, and they throw themselves at the door and bust it open. And so one of them dives straight on through it and just falls. You just see it clattering down below. It hits it strikes against a couple other pens as it falls down like maybe 100 feet or so into darkness. And then you hear instead of hearing a splatter, you hear what sounds like a clunk as it hits against something that maybe slows its descent a little bit. And then you hear kind of a wet flop kind of echo up. And then the other thunk that was in the pen kind of like clambers down. It manages to open up the door with slamming, but it doesn't fall out. And it just kind of clambers down to another enclosure and starts trying to like scrabble its way towards the stairs. But the one that after the one fell down to the darkness below, about 10 seconds later or so, you hear what sounds like a gunshot just echo off against the walls, and then that thunk's cries are silent. Although it's hard to tell amidst all the other screaming thunks surrounding you.
What in the actual hell?
Okay, so that was Jocko, and now we're down to Rand. So you see both of your friends are now in the center of the silo. Let's see if anything exciting happens to you this time. Okay. A robotic arm swings towards a pen above you and smashes against the enclosure, which tilts a slurry of both thunk waste and sludgy water onto the stairs like an overturned toilet. For you and the 15 feet behind you, which is just yourself, you need to do a reflex save to sidestep a foul flood.
Okay.
Gross.
Have fun with that foul flood.
Yeah, you have a you have a +5 to your reflex, so that should be pretty good.
Yeah, so it's a 20, a dirty 20.
The foul flood sounds like it could be a series of unfortunate events book.
Yeah.
Okay, 20 will do it. You sidestep a flood, but yeah, you just see a bunch of thunk waste and blood and grainy water slipping on the stairs past you, and you have to... Basically, I think what you have to do is you have to hold yourself up on the railing next to the stairs and kind of just crawl across that until you're past the slurry.
Using my monk skills.
Absolutely. Okay. Your crypto monk skills. Okay, Dick,
Yeah.
you need one more jump.
One more jump.
That is an 18.
You do it. All right, you jump back. You were
Man.
rejoined. Yeah, those are some pretty sick jumping. You are rejoined with Rand on the stairs. I'm gonna say as you jump to the stairs, you manage to get your footing, but you're like just standing right on the edge. And Rand, you have the option to reach out and grab him and steady him, or not.
I steady him.
Okay. Jocko.
I tell him, you have to call me Nighthawk, because his nickname's Dragon. You have to call me Dragon. You have to call me Nighthawk. Anyways, sorry. Yes.
No, I dig it. I'm
Classy.
gonna put here, aka Nighthawk.
Nice jumping, friend.
Yeah. What I see, like what's on his boots and all over his pants, and I say, "Space Jesus Christ, what have you been doing with yourself?"
Okay. Jocko, you are in an enclosure that you are no longer stuck in because the door has been graciously, you loosened it and then the thunks opened it. You think that in maybe 2 jumps you could get back to the stairwell.
Jeez. He's the worst one. All right. Just so that everyone knows, this round, if I wasn't able to get the door open like last round, I was going to try to straight up John Wick Parabellum this crap and like smack the back of one of the thunk and get him to kick backwards into the door.
Nice.
Which could have been
that sounds pretty sick. Yeah.
But I just want people to know that I have creative ideas. Yeah, so I don't.
Okay. Athletics.
Athletics. I like athletics. I'm a fan of athletics.
You have a +6. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nat 20, baby. Yeah.
You know what? You do it in 1 jump.
That's right. What I do is I jump and then I just like fire my cannon back down and it just gives me that extra that extra little boost.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely you do. Okay. So basically, cannonback jetpacking your way to the stairs. All 3 of you are safely on the stairs. You're such a short distance from the elevator. I know you can do it. 1 more round of dice rolls.
Oh my goodness.
Look, it's a symphony of funks. Okay, funks.
Okay. All right. A starved thunk in a broken pen blocks the stairs. And when you get close to it to try and clamber over it, the thunk lunges through already shattered glass, slices fresh gashes into its neck, and attempts to bite you. This is for Dick.
Huh.
So it is going to make an attack roll against you. Has +0 because thunks are dumb. Still got a 17. Does that hit your kinetic AC?
Because thunks are dumb. What is my kinetic AC?
Your kinetic AC is 15.
Yeah, it hits it. 15.
17 hits it. Okay. Yeah. Who's the meat here after all? You take 1 point of damage.
Bastard.
Okay, but as it so essentially, its teeth catch on your Arcop duster, which is much too tough for it to actually bite through. But what happens is, as it's thrashing around, you get knocked over the guardrail. Make a reflex save to catch yourself.
That's a critical failure. Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so let me see what happens. Oh boy. Okay, so critical fail. You tumble over the guardrail. The thunk comes with you because it's still stuck on you. And so essentially, that's the critical fail represents that you're now trying to save your own weight while also hold up this thunk that is persistently clambering onto you. You have 1 chance to try and catch an enclosure or something on your way down. Make an athletics check.
Can't be worse than what I just rolled, right?
It literally can't.
Well, I rolled a 2, so there you go.
No way.
I hate this emulator so much.
Okay.
The next roll was a 17, by the way. Damn you, wizards! I hate you.
Okay. Right. Give me a second. So you tumble down. So you tumble down what seems like 100 feet into darkness. However, as you get close enough to the bottom, and you're like praying to Space Jesus that you'll have a soft landing, or maybe land on some thunks or something. As you come down, you realize that the floor is actually funnel shaped, and there is some kind of contraption built into the funnel shaped floor, which the middle ends in kind of a squarish bottom of the funnel. As you fall onto it, first of all, it is very slick with thunk blood. You assume it's thunk blood. And so it kind of cushions a little bit. However, the floor also gives a little as you fall on it. It seems like it is manufactured in such a way to prevent bones from breaking upon hitting, and so it actually cushions your fall a little bit, but you still did tumble quite a distance. So what happens is you take a total of 8 damage as when you hit the metal flooring instead of dying, and you and the thunk tumble towards the open hole in the center of the floor. And let me share a picture to show you what your surroundings now look like. You land on an enormous pile of thunk meat. If you guys can see the image and the other resources.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me read the description. With a squishy thump, you land atop a wobbling pile of thunk corpses and other slaughter leftovers. Far below, drones bounce uselessly around the edges of the pile, their hoses blasting away seepage that instantly returns the moment they wheel away. The thunk that fell with you tumbles to the bottom of the charnel pile and drags itself away, limping with one leg behind it. And three of the drones that are piling around the edges of the room move towards it, swarm the creature. 2 of them with strong mechanical arms pin the thunk down to the ground as it's struggling against them. It just can't escape their grasp. And then the third drone. So 2 of the drones are pinning it down. The third drone comes right up to it, and you see a little aperture opens in the front of the drone's face, and a long hollow tube extends out from that face and aims right at the thunk's head, and you hear pow! A large gunshot, and it sprays thunk brains all over the floor behind it. And then the little tube retracts back into the drone face, and it has you see a clear plastic tubing attached to a sharp metal cone on the front of it, and it looks like it's some kind of vacuum machine. It extends that cone and that tubing down into the thunk's mouth, and you just see a whole bunch. You see that it slurps out the dead animal's innards and its spinal cord. It all just sucks all its insides away into this vacuum in heavy chunking gulps, and then sprays out all the innards onto the meat pile that you're currently on top of, like a wood chipper. After that happens, the 3 drones together haul a deflated corpse onto a nearby hook that you can see is on the sides of the wall on kind of a conveyor belt that swings on a chain, trundling along the wall towards a massive translucent cube looming in one corner of the room. When the chain hauls the hanging carcass inside the crystalline cube, it flares a searing blue light, and a sizzling crisscross of white lines unleashes a sweet smoke that briefly blots the scent of rot. When the brilliance fades, a series of wet plops rattles the conveyor belt on the other side of the cube. The belt hums to a start and rolls out perfectly sliced cuts of flesh, delivering each to a different labeled bin along one wall and tilting to slide them inside. The bins overflow onto the floor, old spilled and rotten meat, scattered about and slimy with mold. And actually, I have a little layout of the room that you're in. Was that fun enough?
Joy.
Here we go. You have found yourself in the Abattoir, for which Abattoir 8 is aimed.
Hmm.
So as you can see, we've got butt, back ribs, top chop, or is that top chop or flop chop? Rump ribs, front leg, under ribs, thighs. Got a good assortment of meat.
Hmm.
We could get divvied up into any of that. So you find yourself on top of this pile. You see the thunk that escaped, and all this happened to it. And then the drones just return to their kind of automated stations after that happens. It's a fun place.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, who's next? We've got Jocko. Lucky again, nothing happens to you.
Boom, baby.
And Rand, need you to make a reflex save.
I have +5, 23.
Sweet. So, mechanical arm looks like it was going to grab you, and try and pull you as if you were a pen. But it just you managed to move out of the way, and it just smashes into the wall next to you, and then pulls out a chunk and takes that to the middle of the room and drops it. But you are fine. So the two of you managed to make it up the rest of the way to the stairs to the maintenance elevator.
Okay. Can I try and see if I can maybe turn off things with the terminal that's up there?
Sure, go for it. Make me a computers check.
Computers. Come on, be good. Oh. It's a 10 total.
Okay. You find a message that says the control of the mechanical arms has been overridden by the control tower.
Okay.
You also can see that there are locking bolts holding the elevator shaft door closed.
Okay.
But you think that access to those bolts is also through this terminal.
Can I try and unlock them this turn, or do I have to wait?
Go for it.
Okay. Computers. Oh, good. This time is 24.
You retract the bolts.
Nice.
All right. So the door opens for you, and you see that there is a big empty elevator shaft with a maintenance ladder going both up and down it. The elevator itself is nowhere to be seen.
Is there a cable running down the elevator shaft?
Like as in the cable to control the elevator?
Yeah.
It looks like that has been snapped.
Woof.
However, so you can see that the maintenance ladder goes both up and down from where you're currently standing.
Okay. Let's see.
While you guys are thinking about that, let's go back to the real fun. Dick, what do you want to do?
Possible to get up.
Actually,
No, what were you gonna say?
so you are surrounded by rotten thunk innards and stuff like that. I believe. Let's see. Your armor is still functional, so you have environmental protections, but essentially the nauseating stench of all this stuff, while strong, is just your suit is just barely protecting you from the stench enough to keep you conscious. But the longer you spend in this pile, the harder it's going to be to continue breathing.
How far away is the top of the pile from like the square that I came through?
Based on the image that they give, I would guess about 15 feet.
All right. What do I mean, is there any kind of like terminal around the room that I can see?
The emergency stop.
Make me a perception check.
20.
20?
Yes.
All right. That is exactly what you needed to spot. So there's thunk guts sprayed all over the place. You can see that there is some tubing and wiring that heads towards a specific corner of the room behind you. That looks like basically all the electronics in the room are controlled by this one corner of the room that has essentially been covered in thunk guts. So you can't see a terminal, but you can see that if there is a terminal, it's covered by all these thunk guts in the corner of the room. So you can clear those off and access whatever's there.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna try to head that way. I mean,
make me an athletics check.
Athletics, okay.
Yeah, it looks like what you could tell is the drones essentially. The drones were essentially kind of in like a holding pattern until a thunk crawled out of the pile to try and like get away from the pile, and that's when they suddenly activated and pinned it and did what these drones do.
So athletics, that's a 13.
Pretty good. So you're essentially swimming in thunk innards to try and get down from this pile, and you manage to get about halfway down. You're going to need one more athletics check to get all the way out. And that one's going to be a little more difficult. Let's go, while we're working on that, let's go to our other friends, Jocko and Rand. What did you guys decide to do?
Jocko, do you want to go down and see if we can find...
Yeah.
And you guys, of course, after Dick and the thunk fell down, you guys, of course, heard the other gunshot.
Right.
Right, yeah. So I go down to try to protect him.
All right.
As is my imperative.
Okay. Rand, do you follow?
Yeah, I don't think we should split up.
Okay.
That's a bad idea.
So you guys start heading down the maintenance ladder. Let's go back to Dick. All right, make me another athletics check.
That is a 21.
Nice. Okay. So as you're reaching the bottom of the pile, which is the older, more rotten thunk meat, make me a fortitude save as well.
21. Why the freak couldn't I roll like this earlier? Gosh damn it.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So you avoid being nauseated and sickened, or nauseated or sickened, I guess. But you manage to make it down to the bottom of the pile, and so now you've got to make it over to the where the electronics where you're trying to get. So at this point, I guess it's a race against you and the drones. Can you make me an initiative roll?
Can do that. Oh. Let's see.
Here it comes.
What will I roll? What will I roll?
You got to beat a 16.
I did not beat the 16.
What'd you get?
I got a 12.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. Which is a pretty standard roll, you know.
Absolutely. Okay.
Robots, dude. Freaking hate robots.
The robots. Okay. So as you're getting your feet out of this sticky thunk innards, and actually that's what happens is as you try and take a step, there's literally just an entire thunk skin, empty thunk skin left on the ground, and you slip on it as you try to get out, and it slows you down. You see 3 Abattoir drones hum to life and just glide their way over towards you.
Does my instinct pool ever get replenished? Is that a long rest?
It's a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
Unfortunately, we only had time for a short rest since you guys were on the run. Okay. So this first drone is going to try and grapple you down. So it's got to beat your kinetic AC +4. So it gets a... Okay, so that is a 26. So I think that one's going to do it. What's your kinetic AC?
15.
If it gets a 28, you become completely pinned. But I don't think it's going to get that high. So the other one is going to come up and try and help with the grapple. and that's the same roll, 26. So 2 drones are grappling you. So you're still able to take actions, but your speed is, I think, essentially you can't move. And then the 3rd drone comes over, and he opens up a small aperture in the front of his face, and a long, hollow tube extends out from it and points right at your forehead. Let's go to our other friends. This is probably too much fun for right now. Let's go to our other friends. So Jocko and Rand, as you guys are headed down the maintenance elevator, for some unknown reason, you have a sense of urgency. There's, if you can recall, there was about like 100 feet to get that Dick fell down before he landed in the bottom of the room. Do you guys have any ideas about how to expedite your travel downwards?
Yeah, you know that badass ladder slide that people do? Like how they just grab the sides and slide?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me,
That's
baby.
what I was
Alright.
thinking too.
Make me an athletic. Both of you make, or I guess, athletics or acrobatics, whichever one you would prefer. Try to beat a DC 20 to do that badass ladder slide without getting any injuries.
DC 20.
Mm-hmm. So long it down.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, baby. 26.
And I got
Nice.
22.
No, 24.
24? Got it. And Remy, what did you get?
22.
Nice. Okay, so you both badass ladder slide all the way down this shaft and don't injure yourself at all. It's amazing. And can I have you guys roll initiative?
Yes, you may. 12.
That's what you had last time. Rand?
Mine's also 12. I rolled a 9.
Wow. All 3 of you guys are initiative 12. Pretty great. So you guys reach the bottom, and what happens is, Dick, there is a long metal tube extended out from this drone right at your forehead. You hear a mechanical whir, and then a puff of air against your head. It was out of ammo.
Oh my god.
What are the odds?
Astronomical, actually. But anyways, here comes the vacuum tube.
Oh my gosh.
So a dirty, bloody metal cone attached to some clear vacuum tubing extends out from the bottom of the drone and shoves itself down your mouth. And then starts vacuuming. I need you to make a fortitude save.
Oh yeah.
Fortitude save.
20 total.
Nice. Okay. You take...
Okay.
Alright. So, while it becomes intensely hard to breathe, the cone, you're still, like, alive enough that you're, like, biting down against it and, like, trying to hold off. So it does not penetrate your esophagus and start vacuuming your viscera, but you do take 4 damage.
Alright.
My goodness.
Because, I was really looking forward to a scene where you get to watch your own entrails being sucked up into a vacuum tube, but I guess we'll do with this.
Yep. Alright.
Wow.
Alright, Jocko, you have reached the bottom of the stairwell, and you see this horrifying scene before you as a vacuum tube. I guess, there's still blood getting vacuumed out, so we'll say that is happening. But, so you managed to, knock open, you managed to bull over a door that was, caked in thunk, feces, and gore and guts and stuff. You slam open that door, and you see Dick being pinned to the ground by 2 drones, while a 3rd drone is vacuuming what, for all intents and purposes, looks like his insides out and wood chipping them onto a pile of meat.
Ugh.
What do you do?
Okay, how far away from him am I? Like, where in this room am I now?
Let me take a look. So you're at...
And where's he?
Okay, so do you see that on the map there's that little arrow pointing that says emergency stop?
Yes.
You're right next to that.
Oh, okay.
And he probably made it about 10 feet before he got caught, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you're 30 feet away. It's essentially a single move to get there.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot the. Yeah, I'm just gonna use my cannon back and shoot the drone that's currently sucking his innards out to his, making them outsiders.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot her!
All right. Come on, baby. Oh, that's a 22.
That's a hit. Roll me up some
Yeah,
damage.
it's a hit. All right. Oh yeah. Maximum hit points with that bad boy. So 6. So 9.
Okay, you blow a hole in it. It's bloodied.
Bloodied.
Well,
Get out of here!
I guess it's oily.
Yeah, it's oily.
Actually, so these drones, it gives a pretty good description of these. Without human maintenance to keep these drones polished and cleaned, weeks of congealed blood and viscera have them looking more like exploded inside-out bodies than machines. As they move, fringed strips of thunk hide hang and sway. Glinting animal teeth stud the scabby film that sheathes them, and one drone, the one that you shot at, drags an impressively long and fat intestine like a glugging tail.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't this beautiful?
Holy Hannah.
Okay, so you shot at this thing, tried to plug a hole in it. Rand, you're up.
Okay. When I enter the room, do I see any like terminal or something to stop?
Make me a perception check.
19.
19 is just below what we needed. However, I will say you were able to see that next to you, next to where you came in, you do see the electronics and wiring and stuff like that that's leading over towards this place. But it's caked in so much innards and stuff like that that you would have to do some like scrubbing around to really find where the access point is.
Okay. I try and do that real quick.
Okay. All right. Make a. Let's see. What would be the appropriate? You know what? Make me a sleight of hand check, just for fun.
Okay. That's a 26.
Okay. Yeah. So you're essentially using your quick hands to kind of like scrub away viscera and all that stuff. You manage to swipe away enough stuff that you that it leads you towards the pipes that connect towards what looks like a pretty big. So essentially, what you find is there's a large button and a large yellow button, and you scrape away the stuff around it, and there is like in a round circle around this yellow button. A little sign that says emergency shutdown. Or I guess, yeah, emergency shutdown, and then below it says manual override. So you found that button, but you're not going to be able to, because you took your turn searching for it, you're not going to be able to press it this turn. Okay, so drones are going to start dragging Dick towards the hooks on the wall, as is their protocol. So let's make opposed athletics checks. So let's see. Dick, the one that you're going to have to beat is a 20.
12.
12? Okay. So they drag you over towards the hooks on the wall. Which is your favorite shoulder?
Right shoulder.
Your right shoulder? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your left shoulder's pretty good. But now it's got a big hook through it.
Fun.
How many hit points do you have left?
4.
Okay. Perfect. Because you just took 5 points of damage as a hook just thrusts through your left shoulder. So I think you start going into shock as blood is dribbling down your body, and the hooks start taking you on their inexorable path towards the laser cutting cube. The cold laser slaughter cube is what it's officially called. But lucky for you, you went to the opposite side of the room from it, so you're about as far as you could get.
Good.
So, Dick, would you like to... So now that you're unconscious and dying, would you like to use a resolve point to stabilize?
Yes.
Awesome. You're stable. And just to make sure, you had no stamina points left, right?
Right.
Okay. So you're stable at 0 hit points on a hook, on your way slowly towards the slaughter cube. I think it moves you about 20 feet per round.
Okay.
So you get moved a little bit, but not terribly much.
Cool.
Jocko,
Yes.
you're up. The drones have just hooked your friend.
Dope. So they're no longer bothering with him at all.
Not with him, yeah. But you see
But they're
that-
coming.
Yeah, you guys are living things on the floor, so they are going to start coming towards you. But they just spent their whole turn on Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not gonna
They
make
did.
it up. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because he's got his hand on the emergency stop, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep attacking these drones.
All right, you can
I'm gonna look for the one that I oiled up.
do it.
And I'm gonna take another shot at him or it. Yeah.
You could take it.
These
I mean,
drones are gender binary.
they're pretty big and slow. And you do know that at your max damage last turn, you just bloodied it. So you could, if you want, do a double shot and take -4 to both shots. You still have a pretty good chance of hitting them if you want to do that.
Okay. Yeah. The first one is a 17.
That'll hit.
The second one is a 3.
Okay, so you got one shot in. That's no worse than usual.
Yeah. All right. So damage for the first shot is going to be 8.
Nice. It's smoking. It's just barely plugging along.
Come on.
Land.
Slam the button.
Slam the button.
Slam the button.
All right. So the button is so caked with let's see. It says it's buried beneath layers of dried thunk offal. In order to grind the button through the gunk kicking it, it requires either a strength or engineering check.
Let's do engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume engineering is like jamming a screwdriver in there to like grease it or something, or oiling it or something. Make me an engineering check. DC
That's
15.
18?
18?
Yeah.
All right. You hear a big and there's a blaring light overhead, and all the drones return to their holding positions. They kind of go into little cubbies along the wall. The smoking one, a little slower than the others, dragging its little intestine tail behind it, and the hooks on chains on the wall screech to a halt. Dick sways in the breeze a little bit.
Okay, let's go pull them down.
All right. Okay. I don't. So it's while it's possible, it's very difficult to hoist yourself off the hook. But I think it doesn't really require any effort for someone else to get you off. So essentially, they. Why is this happening? I'm not even trying. I'm not even trying. Okay.
Well, apparently it takes no effort, so.
All right. So you managed to unhook Dick.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
And then, Dick, you can spend another resolve point if you. I think you should have it. We all start with 4. You can spend another resolve point to regain a hit point and become conscious.
I'll do that.
Okay. Back in the fight is what that is called.
Cool.
Okay. So now that you guys have done the emergency shutdown, this room is essentially safe. And obviously, you guys are missing a lot of hit points and stamina points.
Right.
If you want, it would be. I mean, it wouldn't smell amazing, but this would be a good, as safe a place as any that you guys have found. Or maybe in the maintenance elevator shaft, which appears to be empty now. If you want, would be a good place to get a rest before you head up to hopefully the control tower.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
So everyone has a chance. To rest. I think what happens is you gain hit points equal to your level,
Okay.
or something like that. So your stamina points are going to get back to full. Your resolve points are going to get back to full. Your hit points.
I'm sorry, did you say stamina points go back to full?
Yeah.
Stamina points back to full. Trying to find the rules for hit points. Well, I'll find this eventually, but I think we're getting at the end of the time we have set out. So we'll figure this out and finish the last of this episode some other time. But I think for now you get. So first of all, you guys have all leveled up. You're level 2 now.
Okay.
Sick.
I think in addition to gaining the hit points from your level, you all will get 2 hit points back for being level 2.
Nice.
You get full stamina points. You get full resolve points back. I think you also. I'll calculate all of this, but I think you guys also get an additional resolve point for leveling up. And then, of course, you're going to get all the benefits of leveling up. But I'll put them all on the character sheets, and then post the new I'll update all the character sheets and post the new character sheets to the Google Drive before next time, so we're all set to go. But so I'm going to say that what happens after you guys get your rest is you all feel a little replenished. Jocko, you managed to notice that so last time we played, when the light bulbs burst in the security room, there was some shattered glass that fell on you. You found that you found that the shattered glass, as well as the shrapnel from the grenade, have pierced some parts of your armor, and the life support part of it is no longer foolproof. So if you were to, say, go out into space, your suit would not protect you for very long. So that's going to take some kind of repair. I will say, if you guys find parts to repair armor and stuff, that'll probably serve you well. And as you guys are climbing through the maintenance ladder, you are able to climb all the way to the top, and it opens up just near the top of the silo. There's essentially one more round of stairs to get up to the top, and as you get out, some movement catches your eye from below you in the silo. What you see is a jerry-rig repaired Schwang standing up at its full height, on top of which, riding the saddle, is Big Boy Thrask, now holding both of his double buzzsaw arms, and he bellows out to you the challenge. You're all meat, and you ain't gonna stop me from my promotion and vacation days! Ah! And he starts charging up the stairwell towards you guys. And that is where we will leave off this session.
Real quick, I yell up to Thrask. I yell up to him. I go, "Your performance has been unsatisfactory."
Oh! That hurts. That hurts him
Oh.
deep.
That's just the thing I don't want you to say. Oh.
All right. Cool.
All right, sick. Thanks, guys.
So
Yeah,
let me
that's fine.
let me just check real fast so I make sure that I update everything on the sheet. How many hit points does everyone currently have? Dick, you have 1. +2 for the +2 for actually. You know what? I'm just gonna say tell me everyone's current hit points, and I'll figure out how many you heal before next time.
1.
I have 1.
Okay.
I have 9 hit points, so I'm missing 3.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of the interesting way that the Vody Marine is built. Is you have lots of hit points, not very many stamina points.
Right.
Which is it's usually kind of the opposite for most classes. So that's kind of a interesting build. So now, having gone through 2 sessions of Grimmerspace, specifically Abattoir 8, any feedback you guys have so far?
Today was absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's a pretty good adventure.
Yeah, the descriptions have been great.
Yeah, I've literally got my roommate sitting here with me. He's been listening for the last 2 hours, and we've both been wildly entertained.
Oh, good. Hello.
Hey.
Glad you enjoy. Any specific feedback, like things you liked, things you thought could have been smoother, things you would put on your wish list?
I mean, well, not like wish list. I'm just thinking of the module in general, and like thinking of like first, second, third level campaign modules I've DM'd before. The DC
Mhm.
seem like fairly high, like consistently. So I don't know if that's feedback for them as they like are looking at releasing it, but seems to be somewhat difficult because it's like, especially if you have a high frequency of like checks that you're needing to make. Normally, like first level characters aren't going to consistently pass anything over 15. And it seemed like there were quite a few that were closer to 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's just one general point of feedback, not about your DMing, but about the module.
Yeah, no, that's good feedback. Which, surprisingly for how high, because I also thought the DCs were fairly difficult, especially for first level. But surprisingly, you guys managed to succeed on a lot of those. I don't know if that's just if we did above average rolling or something, but it seems.
I think the way that emulator works is I've noticed it like favors either very low, like the extremes. So like it either is rolling really high or really low. So I'm like either failing miserably or really beating it, which is like I think that's a very strange statistical allocation of rolls, not very typical.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons that I like systems where they use, instead of a d20, they use like 3d6 or something, because that tends to give you a more average result. So d20 systems definitely give you more of a, I guess that it kind of adds to more of the thrill of the surprise. Like it's a lot easier to get a nat 1 or a nat 20 on a d20 system. But yeah, that emulator you use, I don't know what's up with that, but it was hilarious.
I was like, I can't roll worse than this. 2. Yeah, it's not worse, but not good.
Absolutely. So the adventure itself, do you guys feel like it's engaging? Do you feel like the pace is okay?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually really enjoy the pace.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Okay.
It hasn't
Cool.
been boring or
I agree.
anything. It's been good pace.
Do you feel like there's been enough things to engage in? Like everyone has something to do on their turn?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I also agree. I don't know. I don't play a lot of these tabletop role playing games, or I guess not as much as probably you guys have. But I don't know. My least favorite part of playing those games is when it just like slows down almost to a halt, and you just kind of have to like basically just play like investigation and like all of this stuff like for like 5 rounds before anything happens. This one, it seems like if you open a door, you better expect something to happen, like
Yeah.
just have your gun drawn all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I will say in that first area, as I mentioned, there were definitely some treasures that you guys didn't get to, but also you guys went
Right.
straight to the rooms where the action happens. So maybe on like repeat plays, it would possibly pace a little bit differently. But I feel like you guys definitely had especially the fact that you guys essentially had to run from Thrask. It didn't really give a lot of opportunity for resting, so it was kind of like the pace was just really fast.
That's good. I like it.
Okay. How about your characters?
I think that's design. I think that's design too, right? Like, if you go straight, then you run into him. Like,
Yeah.
whereas like the stuff that's helpful is like off the beaten path, and it's like I feel like maybe we missed a. I don't know. Like, they would have to do some analysis and like a bunch of A/B testing to see how it plays out. But it seems like, we explored some rooms and they seemed useless, so we kept going in a straight line, and then you run into like the big bad guy type of thing.
Right.
So it's like, I wonder if they want you to encounter some of that like more helpful stuff that they might need to make it a little bit more obvious.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at the map, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, and again, and to that point, I was surprised how easy it was to go in a straight line, because me reading the adventure, I see like, oh, there's all these rooms, there's all these ways you can twist and turn, and I didn't realize, wow, if you just go through all the double doors, you go straight to the back in like 5 seconds. So I guess making it a little more, because the way it's written, it makes it seem kind of maze-like you're wandering around, but really that depends on player choices. As far as your classes, do you guys feel like there's things to engage in from your character's abilities and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, they're like level 1, so they just have like the first couple features, but I feel like there was stuff that we could do or change with our characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would actually like to like succeed on a computer check at one point, either Remington or I. That might be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm digging the body marine. He's fun to play.
Cool. Awesome.